Here's another story for you. This Oklahoma guy was real mad at this guy in a drive-thru at a Sonic.
Oh yeah, I saw
and
this.
so he drove a flagpole attached to an American flag through the guy's skull.
Well, and
isn't there anything? Is there anything more American than that?
No, I don't. But I'd love to hear kind of what the set of. How did we get here?
Oklahoma man.
Sure.
He's lucky to be alive.
54-year-old.
Yeah. He was at the Clinton Collins allegedly attacked this unidentified victim.
He looks like a man. I will say, I'm looking at this man because what's the most patriotic way to kill someone? Beat him with a flagpole?
Absolutely, with the American flag attached to it. Don't let it touch the ground.
For certain has a "Don't Tread on Me" tattoo above his penis.
Yeah, well, perhaps he should put one above his butthole because he's about to be going to jail. It was 7:30 p.m. at the Sonic in Tulsa, so that's dinner. That's dinner.
They're just saying here, I don't even understand how. So, upon arriving at the scene, first responders said that they located an adult male victim with a, quote, flagpole through his head.
That's pole, hey guys, is there any? Just give it to me straight.
It doesn't hurt here so much or here so much.
Yeah.
It's right here where the flagpole is.
Collins, he was really upset. He says that's what he gets. He deserved it. I have no idea what happened in the Sonic drive-thru.
No one's really saying. The pole entered the victim's head beneath his jaw and exited the other side of his head.
So it was through. It was through the
mouth
top.
and cheek and his face. The American flag was still attached to the pole at the time.
And you know
the deserts of Iwo Jima.
You know who showed up on the scene? Officer Danny Bean.
Danny Bean.
Danny Bean says, like you'd see in a TV show or horror movie, ran at him and stabbed him through the head. So that ain't good.
Victim deserve it. Yeah, he's saying the victim.
Oh my God, Collins is something else.
He's basically straight up said this was not an accident. He specifically said, we certainly know that he did this on purpose, according to Officer Bean, because he told us that for a fact. All right, we started in charge of this person who's just sitting on the ground in front of the McDonald's. He charged him with the flagpole and started doing like a stabbing motion with it. Oh, good.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out.
I guess, I don't know what. What were you so mad? You're about to get food. You're at Sonic, which I still think is probably a mid-tier fast food chain.
We did this with Holden and Jake from Whiz Brew. Sonic's average at best.
I wouldn't want to die for Sonic.
No, it's not. What's the one that everyone dies for? Is it Chick-fil-A? Popeyes?
Popeyes. Well, Popeyes they were fighting for because of the chicken sandwich war.
It's just, again, it's a chicken sandwich.
The chicken sandwich wars of 2022, one day we'll cover.
We will cover it, and I can't wait. This Collins guy, I don't know if he was there for food. He looks maybe like a vagrant.
No, I don't think he was there. I think he was there to stab somebody in the head with a fucking flagpole.
And apparently this guy, he's going to lose his eye. Right, but that's not so bad for that ragged old flag. And the firefighters had to cut the flagpole so the victim could fit inside the ambulance. So they had to.
Oh my God! What a long day.
Anyway, so it's a felony.
Okay, so here there's a very in the end here. He tried to do the same thing to somebody else outside of a McDonald's.
What now?
So there's a lot of people saying that it's not just a Sonic-based activity. They were afraid at first. They all thought, we're like, oh, he's been driven crazy. Maybe because they finally replaced those delightful improvers. Those guys.
Oh, with the commercials.
They made their whole lives making Sonic commercials.
Good
and now
them.
one of them went on to do, I think one of them was on the President Show with Anthony and Taminick.
Oh, good for him.
He disappeared immediately. I don't know where that guy is. And the other guy that was on the Sonic commercials, that was their nut. They gave that shit up. I can't even fucking believe that. They should have rid that to the fucking casket, dude. That's money in the goddamn bank, man.
I think they were fired.
But no, well, they did move on. I think Sonic moved on. But then they hired new people, and you can see this guy, he's like, when I show up here with this flagpole, I'm going to meet those two improv bald men, and I'm going to show them my flagpole, and everyone's going to be like, God bless America, I knew you'd make it here, Clinton.
Well, we don't know where he got the flagpole from. If it's a good Sonic, that's going to be right outside. And it'll probably be pretty big.
That's like a flag of that's the Sonic I don't go to.
So you show up, you just want to get a shitty little hamburger from Sonic, and you end up with a flagpole through your head to the point where you're going to lose an eye.
I like here, the Oreo cookie Reese's peanut butter milkshakes are actually very good, but I wouldn't want to die for one.
Good, great comment. Thank you for the commenter. All right, well, my last story that I really wanted to share with the audience. And I don't know why.
What is it? What is it?
You know about this guy?
If it's if it's another thing about how it's not cool to be a pedophile, then what we should do is I have another story we can tell in between.
This guy his name is Fluke Skywalker.
Oh, yeah. What's Fluke Skywalker?
He would dress up as Star Wars characters at kids' events.
Yeah, sure. What happened?
It turns out he was arrested for child pornography. Yeah. So there you go, buddy. John Stevens. That's my story for the day.
I don't care what Fluke Skywalker does, guys.
Yep.
All right, I know it's you guys have all been saying all my favorite politicians are pedophiles.
Yeah.
All my fucking favorite, I love these guys. I want to be around these guys. Matt Gaetz, I love that. It's my boy, right?
Yep.
For all of you saying that, just know it's not cool. Like, yeah, look, he had to change thing to Fluke Skywalker.
Fluke
That's
Skywalker.
not cool.
He dresses as a Jedi.
Ripping off IP?
Yeah.
That's not cool.
It's not cool.
All right, same
It's
thing
not
with
cool.
pedophilia. Ripping off IP here, pedophilia, close second.
Yeah, apparently.
So you need to think about that before you go out there dressing as CT Mio or whatever, some fake robot dude with Arbu Xenon, and then you hang out and you guys all suck and fuck each other and act like it's cool, but it's not cool.
I do
all right,
think
you're ripping off established IP.
I do think it's interesting he's like a little Jedi because he is definitely on the dark side. So he would show pictures of
I
it
don't
on
even
his
think
phone.
Darth Vader was a child molester.
No, Darth Vader hated kids.
That's the thing.
That was
It's
the whole point.
That's what's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he lost his arm. Remember that shit?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what villains do.
Apparently, he would take pictures of very young girls and then show them to people on his phone. So everyone's like, "Oh, you're a pedophile," and then, so then that's kind of why he got busted.
So it wasn't really a fluke that he got arrested for his crime.
No, it wasn't. Apparently, there was 3 videos and five images on his cell phone, and prosecutors said, "quote It's too profane to say out loud in front of the media."
Where's Wookiee? Where's the
there he
Wookiees
is.
in this? Oh, well, yep, he definitely looks like
looks like
Luke Skywalker, yep.
He kind of does look like Wish.com Mark Hamill, though.
Yeah, he does, yes. If you made an AI copy of Mark Hamill, it could look like
look at that.
And he loves to hear it.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill just loves to know he is remotely tied to this subject.
He has 30,000 followers on social media.
Anybody can do it.
Literally
Anybody can get followers on social media. All you have to do is be a weird fat old man,
That's
dress
true.
up like Fluke Skywalker, and then, because again, he's not leading with the child pornography.
You know what's so crazy?
Unless
is-
he meets you in person.
Yeah.
And then he does.
He might lead with it.
That's different because he should. That's definitely not good.
Apparently, he gained national attention at the California Comic-Con in 2016. Everyone really thought he was Mark Hamill, and then everyone waited outside to take pictures with him.
Oh my God.
And then-
God, Mark Hamill's got to be somewhere just being like,
What the
What
fuck?
did I even do with my life?
Why are you doing this with my
What have I done with
character?
my fucking self.
I didn't deserve that. But wow, he does look
'Cause he's
astonishingly like Mark Hamill. And again, Mark Hamill has nothing to do with this. He's simply an innocent man in this world of pure and utter insanity.
But I say leave IP alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, because there's no reason for us to sully these wonderful images. Because how else will Disney make hand over fist dollars?
How are they gonna do it?
And
How?
squeeze you for money, and squeeze you for
How are
money
they
if
gonna do it?
all of their characters constantly get associated with pedophilia.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, any stories that you have, Henry, that don't involve horrible? I mean, it's just the news.
It's just the news.
We're just telling you how
We're
it
just
is out
telling you
there.
the news.
Also, be very careful when you are. Furries get a bad rap.
Oh, we've talked about this. Furries
You
are the
know,
innocent ones.
It's these.
It's actually the problems a lot of times with the people where you could see their face.
Yeah.
Because then they have access to your genitals. At least with
Yeah,
the furry,
yeah.
they have to pop off the head before they can start sucking and fucking on you, right?
Yeah.
Where
And
at
they
least
just do it with themselves. They do it within.
For the most
also, man, I learned a lot. For some reason, after our Japanese dog man.
Yes.
I-
Also remember, so we did get a little flack. People said, hey, you guys covered Toko the dog man before. And I looked back up and I realized we did cover him, but we covered him when he commissioned the suit.
Right.
Is that he had this was a couple of years ago, he had commissioned the suit and you talked
It's a
about
great suit.
He said he wanted to live as a dog. And the news story we covered last week was Toko's first walk outside.
Yeah.
So we've covered his entire
completely
arc.
different stories.
We've covered his entire arc as a man.
I do want to know what the defecation process is.
There isn't. He is shitting before he's walking.
I hope so. But
I don't
if
know.
he
but again,
really
he's
leans in.
he's not a dog unless he knows. That's
Exactly.
That's my thing. I mean, it's like I was walking the dogs last night. Carmelita, like, so Wendy's poops are real small, like they're really like small balls, but Carmelita can really leave some.
She can dump, huh?
Some crazy dudes.
Oh, good for her.
And I was just thinking about that last night. I thought about Toko because I thought about that. I was lifting that up, and because it's like, you know how it's so hot and meaty, right? When you lift
I
up
know
that
all
shit,
about dog shit.